Hello, all my friends on Bar Chart, farmers' wives, some of the best farmers in the world, ETF investors and traders. We're going to talk about our best weather spider and why we've had a longer term bearish attitude since really before the June 30th crop report, the planted acres report by the USDA. And again, how we predicted an easing of the Midwest drought very early ahead of the pack. We're starting to finally see some great rains over the Midwest that has pressured corn and soybean prices here over the last week or two. And first of all, let's talk about all the fundamentals in various commodities right now. Very complicated for some of these markets, including the soft commodities. So in sugar, for example, we have the charts begin to break down. We have a bad Thailand crop. We've gotten good rains for the Indian monsoon. Those are contrasting viewpoints. Crude oil prices breaking out technically. So a lot of variety and various factors in sugar, but longer term, we're relatively bearish. Coffee, the Brazil real has actually been looking very positive. There's a seasonal go long coffee this time of the year, but with El Nino, the potential does exist for a bearish 2024 coffee crop later on. And in my Weather Wealth newsletter, I advise various option strategies. I had about 7 or 8 of them that have been successful, luckily, over the last year or so in the coffee market. In cocoa, we've been bullish for the last couple of months on disease issues in West Africa. It's beginning to dry out there right now. There's a very heavy long position in the market. Otherwise, cocoa could go a lot higher longer term. And we have trading strategies as well in that particular market. Cotton, demand has been poor. The textile industry is slowing down in China. Otherwise, we'll go to $1, which may still happen eventually. All sorts of problems from flooding and droughts in China, and also dry weather in the southern part of and central part of Texas, creating a bull move overall in cotton. And of course, in wheat, all sorts of craziness with the political situation and bombs in Ukraine and Russia, creating volatility in that market with the shutdown of the export facilities. There are some problems longer term with the El Nino and Canadian production and all that will eventually create a bottom in the wheat market, I think. But bearish corn, look at the spider today in the last 6 weeks, caught this whole move down pretty much in corn and beans. As well, the soybean market is beginning to really react to great rains over the Midwest. Something I've been saying for a long time, which has finally happened. And natural gas, kind of mixed variables right now. Cool weather coming to the Midwest, great for corn, the end of corn pollination, good for the soybean crop. We could see yields over 50 to 51 bushels per acre for soybeans. And the cool weather will probably prevent any major rally in natural gas. So what have we been talking about? I've been suggesting this since June, and finally we were beginning to see lots of rain in the Midwest. Is a drought over? No. But is soil moisture improving? Yes. And you see that negative EPO, the block over Alaska, because of the Canadian fires months ago, this building ridge in Canada is one reason why I've been predicting a slow easing of this Midwest drought for weeks. And the trade is finally realizing this. And firms like FC Stone are predicting relatively normal to above normal trend line yields, even with the crop in just fair to good condition, in many places poor. Look at that, 50.5 bushels per acre, 170 for beans, 177 bushels per acre for corn. Will that happen? The USDA may have been too high. USDA may have been too high in their estimate last month, but with improving Midwest weather during August and El Nino, which could suggest big crops for South America, I've been bearish corn and beans longer term. As a matter of fact, this is my weather spider used by farmers and traders around the world. Looks at the moisture index, looks at the global crop, looks at the anti-herb mentality, how many people are long or short the market. The market was heavily long back in June. The anti-herb mentality became bearish at a -2. The scale goes from -4 to +4 for the economic factors. Again, the temperature index, moisture, everything, and my total score for the most part has been bearish over the last few months, catching this move down for clients. So we invite you to Weather Wealth, a 2-week free trial period. Learn how to trade options and strangles and futures and ETFs on the weather. We're going to have some really major moves in many of these markets. We go on deeper into the summer, and a very important USDA report coming out later this week. Stay tuned. Learn about the weather spiders and how to use this for your trading in multiple markets, from grains to soft commodities and natural gas. Thank you. Have a very great week.